Okay, right? Okay, good. So, good evening. So, I'm Winnie here. I'm from JB. So, first of all, I would like to thank my upline, Adriana Howe, and my Diamond Roxon and Munchu, as well as ECVI English. I'm glad to have the opportunity tonight to be your MC. So, another thing is to give yourself a love as you willing to spend your time tonight with us to learn together, right? So great to have so many love. Great. So let me introduce our speaker tonight. He graduated from first Moscow State Medical University and currently working as an aesthetic doctor. So started using artistry product for its safety, quality, and effectiveness, but stay back for the opportunity and security the business offer. So we are grateful to have him to share with us tonight, but not on skincare products, but from cell to beauty. So let's pull out your flower, and welcome our Dr. Ben. Mike,
Hello,
pass to you, Dr.
hello.
Ben.
Hello, good evening, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be online, having this sharing with everyone again. It's been quite a long time since the last time I did sharing online. I really love doing online sharing because it is such a fun thing to do, and I can do it at the comfort of my home. Okay, so of course, thank you, our beautiful MC Winnie, for such a good introduction. Of course, I would like to take this opportunity to also thank ECVI English for having me tonight, and also take this opportunity to thank my upline, Emerald Dr. Chan, Emerald Dr. Tay, and also my EDC Nanda and Chinese, for always guiding me in this business. Okay, so please give them like type in your 555, like high five to them. Okay, so as an appreciation to them also lah. All right, so today is a very, very interesting topic for me. I really, really love to talk about anti-aging stuff. Okay, because I know everyone gets older and everyone don't really want to get older. Okay, so I'm an aesthetic doctor. Okay, I've been working as a doctor for almost 15 years. I've been in the aesthetic line for almost 10 years. And then over the 10 years, I also have some experience in this wellness, health and wellness industry. Okay, so I do a lot of things about anti-aging. We do a lot of things, not only skin deep, but also in the internal things lah, internal adjustment so that we can age beautifully, age gracefully. That's a bit a saying lah. It's not that we are afraid of being old. It's just that we want to age gracefully, right? Okay, so that's the thing. Aging, everyone experiences aging. Everyone gets older. And according to definition, aging is a natural process where the body function declines gradually over time. And the worst part is the repair gets slower and slower and slower. Okay, so but it's a natural thing. One thing that I always mention, according to statistic in Malaysia, uh, expected expected life okay, suddenly. Okay, according to Malaysian statistic, expected lifespan is 75 years old. But actually, what we can notice is our health span, the years that we stay healthy is around 65 years only. So meaning the last 10 years of the Malaysian citizens are always have um, dealing with different kind of diseases or illnesses. So this is a very saddening thing because it means the last 10 years of our lives are usually spent with very poor or very, very bad quality. So we can't really enjoy the last 10 years of our lives. And we are a lot of time we can't travel far, we can't go far, we can only stay at home because of decline in body function. Okay, so this is a very concerning thing, and this is a thing that I would like to address today. Okay, so I always say we are not going to talk about anti-aging because we can't anti-age. Okay, we can't do anything to fight against the clock. We can't do anything to fight against time. But what we want actually is how to age healthily and not just gracefully. Okay, because this is so much more important, so that we hopefully by 60, by 70, by 80, even by 100 years old, our luggages and go travel around the world and enjoy the best scenery around every corner of the earth, right? And then taste all the great food, all the nice people around the world, right? So that's why we need to be very healthy, even though we are at 100 years old. Okay, I think nowadays people are going to live until 100 years old lah. Okay, because of all the medication, all the supplements, and all the awareness that we have nowadays regarding health. Okay, so when we talk about age, always mention that they actually have two types of age. Number one is what we call chronological age, which is the age on your IC lah, depending on which year, depends on how long you have survived the earth, how long you have survived life itself. So that is the years that you are counted. That is your age, your chronological age, your time age lah. All right, another thing is what we call a biological age. This is actually more accurate, I think, because this is the age that is calculated based on our efficiency of our bodily function. Okay, so meaning someone, the body is working like a 30 years old. I'm not sure if anyone realized that recently there's this one guy from Singapore. He used to be a model, a very handsome guy at 60 years old, but he looked like he's only in 20s. Okay, very firm skin, very fit body, very good looking, and he is still very active, doing a lot of exercises, running around. He's still also modeling and also acting in movies. Okay, so he takes very good care of what he eats. So this is what we say chronological age versus biological age. Okay, so I'm currently 40, actually 41 years old. But if I don't take good care, like when I look at a lot of my friends from high school back then, a lot of, especially guys lah, most guys, they don't really like to take care of their skin. So a lot of my peers from secondary school, sadly speaking, they do look a bit like 50 plus already. Okay, so probably they don't really take care of their skin, they don't juggle their food, high stress environment. So we can't blame that lah. So, but recently, like 2 months ago, I actually went to did a scan on my body, and the machine actually tells me that my body is only 20 plus years. So I think I dah untung dah. Memang I'm so grateful that I'm like almost 20 years younger my body. Okay, so I was so excited by that thing. But I think that's also because my work is stressful, but I take very good care of my diet and my lifestyle. Okay, so I don't really drink and I don't smoke. I try my best to sleep early. Okay, and then I try my best to go for exercises every other day. Okay, so this is what we can learn together tonight. Okay, so why I can look so much younger? So it's actually what we are going to delve into and what we are going to discuss tonight. Okay, so the first thing that I always mention when we're talking about aging, the thing that we need to understand is something we call a cellular aging. Okay, because this body is made up by many organs, right? And then all these organs are made up by different tissues. And all these tissues are made up by cells. So basically, we can conclude that if you have healthy cells, you are going to have healthy tissue, healthy organs, and healthy human. Okay, so your basic unit, your cell has to be healthy at first. Okay, so when we're talking about cellular aging, the three things that we have to look into is our DNA, our mitochondria, and what we call a cellular environment. Okay, so DNA is basically our master copy, our blueprint of the whole body. Going to build houses. The first thing that you have to come up with is this blueprint gun. So when you have this blueprint already, then you want to build the second house, then you take this blueprint, you maybe go and photocopy, and then you go and build the second house. And then you build the third house, you photocopy again. And then as the we continue the cycle. You just keep photostating everything. But so along the way, when we try to photostat things, right, we might accidentally fold the paper, or we might accidentally draw another line on top. So all these are going to be recorded into your blueprint. So which is in our body, we will say recorded into your DNA. So when our DNA is damaged, okay, when our DNA is damaged, then every new cell that is produced from this blueprint will be a damaged cell, or we'll call it an old cell. Okay, so that's why it is very important to take very good care of our DNA. Okay, so that's why when you nowadays when you look into the market, there are a lot of products out there saying that give protection to DNA. Okay, and actually the easiest way to do is take a lot of fruits and vegetables, because the fruits and vegetable has a lot of antioxidants, and all these antioxidants are going to help to protect our DNA also. Okay. So the second thing is mitochondria. Mitochondria is one of the tiny organelles in the cells. Okay, it's one tiny structure that we can find in the cells, and this mitochondria work as an energy factory. Okay, so it works as energy factory, so it will generate a lot of energy. Okay, but the problem is we have a lot of mitochondria in our cells when we are young. So when we are young, they have a lot of energy, so the cells can work very fast, then recover very fast. New cells can be produced very quickly. Okay, so that's why we see babies or young kids, when they get a cut, the cut heals very fast, and a very big scar. Sometimes you don't even see scars. Okay, that's why, because they have a lot of mitochondria, a lot of energy factory to do the work. All right, so as we age, this mitochondria get less and less. Or as we get older, we get a lot of different kind of stress, especially what we call an oxidative stress, okay, from the free radicals. So all these are going to make us break down, lose our mitochondria. Okay, so our energy factories get less and less and less as we age. So that's why when we get older, when you're like my age or older, you'll notice that when you get a cut, the wound don't heal so as quickly anymore. A few months for the wound to heal. And then even if it heals, it still leaves a scar. Okay, so because energy factory tak cukup. Okay, and then finally is the environment. So imagine you're working at a place, and then your working environment is very toxic. Your colleague all could talk about you lah, your boss scold you lah, and then your colleague talk bad about other people lah. If the whole environment is very toxic, do you think that that office is going to be very efficient? No, right? Same thing. If it happens in a factory, all the workers there also don't focus on their job, just keep talking about other people, then come late, leave early. If the environment is not good, the production will be very slow also, right? So same thing as ourselves. So if the environment of the cells is not good, which most of the time we are looking into this chronic inflammation, meaning the inflammation that is happening for a long time. Okay, so if the environment is not good, if there's a lot of inflammation going on in the body, the cells is not going to be very healthy also. Okay, because it's not in the very good states. So according to this journal called Cell Journal, okay, they published a study on anti-aging, okay, on how to age healthily. So actually they are looking into these three dimensions here. Okay, and out of these three dimensions, they are divided into 12 points some more. But today I'm not going to elaborate too much on the 12 points, because even if I elaborate, you're probably going to get really confused. Okay, so instead of that, let's just focus on the three main things, the three main points, which are the things that I just mentioned just now. The DNA damage, the mitochondria dysfunction or impairment, and the third thing, the chronic inflammation, which is our cellular environment. So if these three things are not in good condition, so our cell will age very quickly. Okay, so when the master copy is not healthy, the subsequent cells that are produced will not be healthy also, or will be very old also lah, huh? Okay, So when we talk about aging, these are the signs and symptoms of aging. Okay, of course, the most easily seen things that we always discuss is the skin lah. Okay, so we said the skin become drier lah, loose lah, lax lah, wrinkles lah, start to have all this pigmentation like dark spots, age spots, dark eye circle, and all these things. So those are the most visual one. Okay, other things are like start to have gray hair, even hair fall. And then you feel fatigued very easily, you feel tired very easily. Like this, I resonate this with this so much, right? When I was in the 20s, when I still working as a house officer, wow, if I don't sleep 2, 3 days also, never mind. I can still, after 3 days don't sleep, I can still go Genting, I actually had my internship in typing. So I can still go Penang, go Genting, go back to KL to meet my parents. Okay, fine, no problem. But once I hit 30 years old, it's a total different story. Yeah. That time I haven't met Amway yet. Don't really know how to juggle my body yet. Okay, that time, oh, I on call one night. Oh, I need 3, 4 days to recover. I on call one night, I stay up one night, I'll be like zombie for the next 3, 4 days. Okay, this is aging. Okay, is there anyone in online in the chat room having the same problem as me? If you have, give me of another five. Okay, let's just high five in digitally. Okay, so you get fatigued very easily. Another thing is your vision. Okay, on top of, yes, our eyes will age also, and then on top of that, nowadays we look at screens a lot. We spend a lot of time looking into screens, be it computer screens or your phone screen and all this. So our eyes get tired, get aged very, very, very quickly. Okay, so like me, even though I look like 20s and my body is like 20 plus years old, but my my eyes are is 50 plus already because I need reading glasses already. Even tonight, actually I should be wearing my reading glasses because my screen is a bit blur. So let me put on my glasses. Okay. And then, of course, another thing on the muscles and our bones, you'll see some aging also. What one thing that we always say lah for especially in ladies, especially post-menopause, our bone that we'll lose bone density quicker than usual. And then on top of that, if you're always drinking RO water, reverse osmosis water, or pure water, it's actually not very good because when there have been a lot of studies saying that when we drink a lot of this RO water, actually because there's nothing in the RO water. So there are no minerals in the RO water. Okay, it's just pure water only. So when we're drinking this constantly for a really long time, studies say that actually our body will start to lack minerals. And the body, the cells, they need minerals to function properly. Okay, so if we don't supply our body with enough minerals, so where does the cell gets all the mineral to do the bodily function? So it will take from our bone. Okay, drag all the minerals out again and to do all the functions. So when all the minerals are taken out from the bone, what will happen? The bone become very porous, or we say it start to lose our bone density. So when we fall, our bone break very easily lah. Okay, so this is one type of aging in the bone, and another thing is what usually happen in among Asians most of the time. So when you look at our dato, our nenek, right? What they always say is, I'm old already, my teeth are not strong. Don't eat so much meat, eat more vegetable, right? We hear this a lot of times, right? Since you are young until we are now, like we are old already, we still hear this from our parents and even from our grandparents. Okay, so when we don't take as we age and we don't consume enough protein, our muscle will start to we'll start to lose our muscle also, not just the bone density, but we'll start to lose our muscle also. So when we lost our muscle, we will feel weak. Okay, so we don't want to exercise, we don't want to move so much. And then when we don't move so much, our muscle will shrink even more. Okay, so our muscles shrink even more, then the more reason we say, tak larat lah. Okay, we don't want to walk lah. they want to do exercise. So it become a vicious cycle. You don't exercise, so you lose your muscle. You lose your muscle, so you don't want to exercise. Okay, so that is very, very, very concerning because, especially for old people, when we lose our muscle, our body will get out of a balance very easily. So we'll become imbalanced very easily and not stable very easily. So we are going to fall easily. So when we fall easily, plus our bone are very, very porous, we are going to break our bone. Okay, so it's very important to make sure we have enough muscle mass, okay, even though as we age. Okay, so take a lot of proteins, do simple exercises. Walking is okay, but walking is just cardio. So do some weightlifting. But when I say weightlifting, I don't mean like you must go to the gym and carry all the weights. Your body weight exercise is also enough. So do some squats at home, do some push-up. If you can't really do the normal usual push-up, do some wall push-up is also fine. Okay, as long as you do some exercise. Okay. And then another thing that is very, very common is cognitive decline, memory loss. You forget things very easily. Okay, usually when you go to the fridge, you open the fridge and then you forget what to take from the fridge. Or when you go out from the house, you lock the door already, you just turn and then you will start thinking, have I locked the door? See, if you have the similar problem like this, then maybe you can also give me a one in the chat box. So because today we are going to, later on, I'm going to be telling you what to do. Okay, what can we help? Okay, and of course, when the body function is not good, we are going to see a lot of cardiovascular problems. Your liver, it has been working very hard over many, many years and you don't take good care of it. So your liver start to have problems. Our kidney has been filtering for so long and we tak jaga, then of course it's going to. Another very, very common issue will be our digestive system. Okay, so in older people, it's very easy to see them having diarrhea or having constipation. It's just these two things. Okay, if it is not these two things, if you start to have seeing other weird bowel habit, then you have to be very concerned. Okay. It might be something very sinister. So what are the factors that are affecting all this aging problem? Of course, first thing, poor lifestyle. Okay, all those people who always like to clubbing, stay up late, stay up all night, feeling very productive working at night time, is actually not very, very good for the body. The body needs to rest. Okay, so if you look at people who work night shift, most of the time their immunity will not be as good. Okay, especially if they have been working night shift for very, very long time. Okay, so poor living habits, so smoking, drinking, recreational drugs, and all these, okay, are contributing to aging, faster aging. And then environment conditions and also pollutions. These are the things that we cannot really control, but at the same time we can control. So try not to contribute into pollution anymore. Okay. Other people do, we cannot do anything, but we try not to do all these things. So try to reduce your plastic usage, try not to do open burning, okay, and all those. And then at home, make sure you use good air filter. Outside, the air is already that bad. Come home, give your lung a break. Let your body breathe clean air, okay? Use good water filter. Outside, we cannot do anything. We buy bottled water, we drink a lot of microplastics. But at home, make sure we use a water filter that can filter off all those things, okay? Especially micro. It's a very, very big issue nowadays. Basically, Malaysians, we are still very boleh. Every week, we are eating one credit card size worth of plastics every week, not every month, every week. So after 1 year, you drank one deck of poker card already. Okay, so make sure try to give your body a break at home. Okay, use water filter, use air filter. And then of course, if you tak jaga your diet, okay, especially Malaysia, we have so much good food. It's not just that we can eat from morning until night already. Nowadays, you can eat from morning until the next day morning. Okay, a lot of things that we can eat, a lot of good things, and then of course all the good delicious things are very high calorie and very high processed one. Okay, you eat supper, you won't go eat all those clear soup one. You definitely eat apa tu, nasi goreng lah, roti canai lah, roti tisu lah. Okay, roti canai need to banjir some more lah, right? So that is Malaysia boleh. That's why we see all this poor diet also contribute to a lot of these chronic diseases. Okay, like our diabetic lah, high blood pressure lah, cholesterol lah. All these are also a type of stress to the body. So all these are also going to contribute to faster aging. Okay, so that's why proudly introduce, okay, M-Cell. Okay, M-Cell is really a very good products. Okay, so when we talk about M-Cell, it comes from plants extract. Okay, also because it comes from all this, right? Okay, because the research for this M-Cell is actually done in China. Okay, and of course, you know, Chinese people, well, they are very good with all this TCM gun. All this Chinese herbal stuff is famous everywhere in the world. But because it was not very well studied. That's why I have probably, when you go see doctors, especially older doctors, don't take all these supplements, don't take Chinese medicine, don't take Chinese herbs, because we don't know the effect. But nowadays, Nutrilite has done very good job in studying all these herbs. Okay, and then from all these herbs, actually they built a system called the Shen system. Okay, it's an AI system that collects over 600 plants and herbs, and then from these 600 plus plants, right, they extracted 60,000 different active ingredients. Okay, and then they build this AI and put all this information into this system. So from this system, it's very easy for us to locate what products, what plant can do what. If you want to achieve anti-aging, you want to achieve anti-inflammation, what are the plants that can do all these things? So it's a very systemic database and a very big algorithm, and very high precise algorithm to find out those effective plants. Okay, so from this system, we actually found these 5 plants. These 5 plants is called iron pearl, hawthorn, and then amla, pomegranate, and wild blackberries. Okay, all these are are plants that are very nutritious also, especially this iron pearl. Okay, iron pearl, according to Chinese medicine, according to Chinese history, this is what the Qin Shi Huang, the Qing Emperor wants to live forever. Okay, so he sent his troops out to find like the medication or the food or the drugs or anything that can make him live forever. And actually, when they came back, they found that this iron pearl, they actually came back with this iron pearl. So this is that plant that made him compared to every other emperor. Okay, he lives until quite old before he died. And then and then when scientists study this plant, they found that actually the flowers contain the most nutrition. Okay, so when they make this M-Cell, they use the flower from the iron pearl instead of the stems. Okay, so we learned a lot of that because 2 months ago, I actually went to ABRC Amway Botanical Research Center in Wuxi, China, and this is what the scientists there shared with us. Okay, so actually, why these 5 plants are chosen, especially the iron pearl, because of this. You see, when you look this 3-dimension thing that I mentioned just now, so you look at the colors. So the blue, the green, the blue is the pointing towards the blueprint, the DNA. The green one is the mitochondria, and the red one is the cellular environment. So you see, we have the blue, yellow, and red segment. So you see this iron pearl can actually satisfy all the dimensions. Okay, and then when we combine with other plants, so it actually complements each other. That's why the M cell gives such a fast and good result. Okay, so how fast and how good? Let's look at this one. So this is a normal DNA. Okay, just imagine your egg. When you break an egg, you'll see the yolk very nice one, right? But sometimes when we break an egg, the yolk comes out very like broken, and then it's like everywhere. Okay, so that is actually a damaged DNA if you put it into a cell. Okay, when you look at it as a cell. Okay, so when you take the M cell, scientists noticed that within 24 hours, okay, 1 day only, 24 hours, the damaged DNA can actually be repaired and become nice again. Okay, it can look so nice again. It will be very, very well repaired. And then just now when I mentioned about the mitochondria, okay, so this is an old cells, and then you see all green. So when you have a lot of mitochondria, they can use a special stains to stain red color. So you see, when we take this this M cell, you can notice that the mitochondria's amount actually increase within over 48 hours. Okay, and this is a very true thing that I feel it personally, because I have one uncle, one apa tu, one clients he's 50 plus years old, and then he said very healthy. He'll jog on his treadmill every day, and then for an hour. Okay, so that day when he started taking this one, on the third day he called me. He said, "Wow, Dr. Ben, this product are very good. Last time when I run 1 hour, I need to rest half an hour. I need to take a break before I continue for another 30 minutes. Okay, but when I took this M cell, I only took it for I only took it for 3 days, and he can run 1 hour non-stop. And I didn't tell him about this 48 hours thing. Okay, so this proves that it actually works. 48 hours, on the third day, he felt like his stamina is so much better. Okay, so why his stamina is so much better? Because the energy factory is more. The energy factory can produce more energy for him already. Okay, so stamina become better also. All right, and then of course after that, when we talk about inflammation, when you're taking this M cell, it helps to reduce inflammation in as short as 7 hours. Okay, so Malaysians, when we take a lot of all these processed food, so M cell definitely is going to help us a lot in reducing all your inflammation. Okay, so later I'll show you some testimonies. You'll see some people, they just take it for maybe a week. Okay, they see a lot of improvement in the eczema and all those things. Okay, and then within 6 days, we can see a lot of this senescent cell, means old cell reduced in old cells in the body. And then this is the neurons, okay, the nerve cells. After taking for 3 days, you notice that the aged neurons, the aged nerve cells actually reduce. Okay, the number reduced so much. And then there is study saying that after 90 days, okay, within 3 days you can see improvement in their skin texture, skin quality also. The skin can look so much brighter, the clarity is better, the smoothness is better. Okay, and this is the first thing that most people will notice after they take M cell for 1 day or 2 days. They notice that their sleep quality is so much better. Their sleep quality are so much better. One of my friends, both husband and wife, are taking the M cell. One day when I met the wife, I said, "So how's the M cell?" I said, "I'm not sure. Is it because my sleep quality is better, or my husband's sleep quality is better? Because I don't hear him snore anymore. I'm not sure is because he is sleeping better, that's why he's not snoring, or because I'm sleeping deeper, better, that I don't hear him snore. So okay, so she really feels that and she really likes that effect and she was very, very happy with the result. Okay, so here are some example. So this guy has been taking Amsel for 2 sticks every day for 7 days. His eczema has improved much better. And then around the eye, the fine lines, and then the hair, it helps with the hair also. Okay, so of course you still must have some hair follicles you still must have some hair root for the hair to grow If you today like really botak already, you need more than just M cells you need a miracle kan. Okay, or you need Harry Potter. Okay, and then another thing is very good help with pigmentation. So you can see the pigmentation is actually better, and then the skin quality, skin texture, and clarity is so much better because our cell goes back to the healthy form. So the healthy cells is going to build healthy younger cells also. Okay, and then this one is another one of my friend. She actually doesn't have a lot of this hair fall problem, but girls usually are very, very concerned with this line kan, the place where you part your hair. So a lot of girls will realize that, oh, that line is like getting wider and wider. So she took this for 7 days. So she took two sachets every day. Also, she also complemented with collagen peptide drink. Within 7 days, she noticed that that line has narrowed. And then she also said she felt like her hair is actually so much heavier, so much fuller. Okay. And then she also noticed a bit of clarity on her skin. And we actually, when she showed me this photo for the skin clarity, I actually told her that, do you notice that your neck lines are actually better also? Okay, so she had a lot of confidence with the product nowadays. And of course, you can see around the eyes, the fine lines improve. And then, sometimes when we take care of we want to not look so aged, we put a lot of skincare on our face, but we tend to forget to take care of our hand. So when I'm in the clinic, a lot of time you can see, wow, that lady came into the clinic looking so young. But when they show their hand or when they do things and you can see their hands, this woman is actually 50, 60 years old. Okay, because they forget that to take care of their hands. So girls, guys nowadays guys also very, very jagger already. So make sure you use a lot of hand lotion also if your hands are very dry. But when you take your M cell also, you can see that the skin on your hand also improve. The smoothness, the texture is so much better. Okay. So, and then this is another one of our clients. Okay, he actually took M-Cell 2 sachets a day, and this is on the third week. She took M-Cell, he took M-Cell, and also complement with a bit of protein. Okay, so when we met him 3 weeks later, we asked him hey, how do you feel? Okay lor, like that lor, don't see anything also, macam tu lah. And then so we took a photo for him and we did a comparison and he was so shocked because he saw all his, we call it forehead lines actually improved a lot. And then the lines under the eyes improved. And then the nasolabial lines, the laughing line, also improved. And then you realize that his face is actually much tighter, more V also. Okay, and you look at this from the side, his double chin, the skin here also tightened. So he was so surprised and he was so happy. So he took this comparison photo, he sent it to his wife, and then he came back and scolded us. He said, you guys I show my wife this one and I kena marah because my wife said I didn't buy this for her. Okay, so now both of them are taking 2 sachets every day. So every month they will buy 4 boxes, 2 for himself and 2 for the wife. Okay, so because they are so happy with the result and they started referring a lot of customers to us also. Okay, so bring their family friend basically everyone they see they will say, you must take M-Cell. Okay, so the product speak for itself also. Okay, and then this is one of my good friend also, Jason. You see changes in his skin, and then his skin is actually so much. If you see him in person, his skin texture is so much nicer also. compared to the first time I met him. Okay, and he's 50 plus. Now I think he looks 40 plus. Okay, so M-cell speaks for itself. Of course, sleep, I can't really show you any picture. And then the energies part, I can't really show you any picture also lah. So you have to go experience it yourself. Okay, so make sure today, after my sharing, go to Amway website, put in your orders, okay? Or ask your friend to help you to put in the orders and experience the changes from MCell, okay? And then the next thing that I'm going to share is, I always just say this lah, actually, MCell is like a booster. No matter how great the booster is, if you want to see a better result from the booster, you have to lay your foundation also. Okay, if you want to build a very high towers, you have to make sure that the foundation is strong enough. Okay, so when we talk about foundation, we are looking at the normal 7 nutrition, the 7 basic nutrition, which are the protein, carbohydrate, fats, vitamins, mineral, fibers, and water, because these are all the basic building block for our cells. So it comes back to what I mentioned early on. Healthy body comes from healthy cell. Healthy cell comes from enough nutrition. Okay, so first thing, of course, we have to consume enough protein. So make sure for normal adults, we need at least 1 gram 1 gram of protein per kg body weight per day. So let's say like me, I'm 65 kilos. So every day I have to make sure I eat at least 65 grams of protein. Okay, because this protein will make sure my hair don't fall so easily, my skin have enough repair so it can stay smooth, and then my blood can be built, my immune cells will be built, my hormones will be maintained at a healthy level. Okay, all these we need protein. Okay, so have you noticed, like, again, our grandparents, our datuk nenek, they have very little hair. Okay, they have very scarce hair, and then their nails usually break or cracks very easily. These are all symptoms that these are all the signs that that person has lack of protein. Okay, and that's for girls, for ladies. If you notice, if you stand for one day, especially when you're wearing high heels, and then you notice that your feet and your leg actually swells, your feet actually swells, that might be another reason that showing that you have lack of protein. Okay, when we have lack of protein, we will have very bad water. Sure, you take enough proteins every day. Then for carbs, vitamins and minerals and fibers, actually you can take it from our body key. Again, body key has everything you need. It has protein actually also. It has carbohydrates, it have vitamins, minerals, and fibers. And then if you want the better results, you can add in extra fibers into your protein, into your body key. Okay, and then after that will be our fats. So we need good fats to function also. Okay, so we need good fats to lubricate our joints. We need good fat to make our cell wall. So our cell are made up of oil, good oil, and also good protein. Okay, so not just protein, we need to supply the body with enough good fat. So some of the good fats will be like from your avocado lah, your white chia seed lah, or your nuts lah, and especially from your fish oil. Okay, fish oil is very, very high in omega-3, and omega-3 is very good in anti-inflammation. Okay, anti-inflammatory. Okay, so we cover the 7 nutritions, and then the next one is water lah. Okay, so early on, I also mentioned we need to make sure we are drinking good water. So nowadays, Malaysia, even though our government has done very good job filtering all those unwanted stuff, but we still have a lot of bacteria, a lot of microplastics lah, all the mud lah leaking into the pipe because the pipe might not be maintained well enough. Okay, so in the end of the day, the water is still very contaminated. So make sure we use a good water filter that can filter off all these unwanted things. Okay, and as for me, nowadays I don't really use plastic bottles anymore. I usually bring my own bottle, and you go Shopee lah, buy 1 glass, 2. It's actually like just around 20 ringgit only, very cheap when you use that one. It's so much better than using a plastic bottle. And then glass bottle is actually not as heavy as your aluminum bottle also. Okay, so for me, I prefer using glass bottle. So nowadays, I go around bringing my glass bottle, my 2-liter glass bottle. Okay, all right. because I don't trust water outside. All right. Okay. And also, finally, out of these 7 things, actually, the other nutrients that is gaining more and more popularity and more attention is probiotic. Okay. Because a lot of problems actually start from our gut. If our gut is not healthy, then the whole body won't be healthy because gut is where all the absorption of nutrient happen. So if the absorption is not efficient, if the place is very damaged, the whole body is not going to function properly because you won't get good nutrients. Okay, so in short, besides stem cells, these are the things that you can complement your diet to build a very, very strong foundation. Okay, so you can choose maybe protein plus probiotic, prebiotic, or you can also choose body key plus probiotic, prebiotic. Okay. So when we talk about healthy aging, is to maintain a good physical function and mental well-being and social engagement. I think especially social engagement is very, very important to make sure that we have a very healthy cognitive function. Okay, a lot of time, old people when they sit at home, I always say make this joke. Sometimes when you have old people at home, if you have kids, they have grandchildren to play with them, that is the best thing because the the grandchildren will keep them busy, will keep their mind active. Otherwise, if you don't have grandchildren, make sure you go out and mix around with your neighbors. Go and join some social activities. Go to MMA meeting even. Okay, mix around with people, talk to people because that is going to keep you alert over time. Okay, if you have nothing to do and you just sit at home, watch TV, and then the more you watch TV, the brain don't need to work so much. Okay, the brain also become a bit slower. And then because you just sit there and watch TV, you don't exercise, so you start to have muscle wasting, and then you start say, "Ayah, tak larat nak jalan." Okay, not don't have enough strength to work so much, to walk so much, so I don't want to walk. So what will happen? What will happen will be what I mentioned just now, lah, the vicious cycle will start. Okay, I don't eat enough, I don't have enough muscle, I don't want to walk, I don't want to exercise. So my muscle get less, so I feel even weaker, so I don't want to eat more, I don't want to exercise more. Okay, so that is when this happen, actually the body will deteriorate very, 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 very quickly. So make sure children, please also, no matter how busy you are, try to make time for your parents also. Bring them out. Okay, even better, buy them MCell. Force them to eat, just like how they force you to take your milk when you're a baby. So force them to take MCell also. Okay, so this is what I mentioned just now. Okay, according to Malaysian statistics, our lifespan is about 63, 65, but we can live up to about 70, 73, 75. Again, the last 10 years will be very, very difficult, not just for you, but for your children also. Okay, I always tell those uncle, auntie, okay, uh, my friends are or my clients are those uncle auntie one. I told you have to take care of your own health. Okay, not because you need one to take care, but if you stay healthy, okay, you can give your children, your next generation, more opportunity. No, the time that they want to go explore the world, they want to conquer the world, they want to climb the highest mountain. I hope you don't wish that you are the person, you are the people that is dragging them down. Okay, let them fly, let them shine, let them do their things. Okay, if they want to shine and then you are sick, they have to come back. They can't run, they can't fly. Okay, so take care of yourself for your children. Okay, so that they don't need to worry about you when they want to go out and fight with the world or face the world. Okay, so make sure our health span is much longer. And of course, if we have a very good health span, that means the time that we need to suffer also less can. Like my grandmother, last time she always said, the best thing for her is if she can die peacefully. And if she really just passed away very peacefully. She was in a car and then she was like feeling a bit nauseous and then she just made that sound like, and then she passed away. No sickness, no pain. That I think that is the best way. I think if you talk to our grandparents, I think that is the way they want to go. Okay, and I think that is also the way we want to go lah. If you ask you, if we end up being sick and lie on the bed for many, many years, I don't think we are going to enjoy that also. Okay, so the very last thing that I want to say is we want to age gracefully. We want to age with vitality, full of life. We don't want to age helplessly. We don't, of course, I think we don't wish that one day we will just lie on the bed and wait for our time. Okay, so the choice is actually in our hands. We really, really, really need to take care of ourselves, for ourselves, and for the next generation. Okay, and that's all for my sharing today. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, ECVI. Thank you, everyone. I hope everyone learned something. Okay, go back. Amway has a very good promotion this month. Go out and try the MCell, build your foundation, and hopefully when we are 100 years old, all of us here can still go travel around the world happily. Okay, and with that, I pass back to our MC, Winnie.
Thank you very much information. Thanks for your sharing, Dr. Ben. And we noted that we need to